Hello and welcome to the bonus episode. After 1385, we always look after a 5-year at our family tree. And recently, we had one of our viewers create us a new family tree. Now, you'll notice that there are not pictures for everybody in here, and that's because this family tree doesn't allow unlimited number of pictures. So what I did was I took Edmund and Grace. This was our first generation, our beginning of the whole thing. And no, I don't have a picture of Grace as an old lady, just Edmund as an old man. Anyway, and they had 19 children. So of their 19 children, the ones who lived long enough to get a picture, I put their picture in here. And then nobody else has pictures except for our next heir as we go down. And then I see that I randomly gave Christopher his picture, which is funny because he must have been in the first section that I did, and I didn't realize that I had him in there. Anyway, it's totally fine. We love Christopher, so we can leave him in here. But our next heir after Edmund was Hugh. And then Hugh and Eve had 4 children, only 2. John and Michael are the only 2 that lived to adulthood. And John became our next heir. And we can start right here with John and see that he married Isla. And this is where things get very complicated. But what we need to know is that John and Isla had 10 children before John died in the plague, as well as so many of their children. But his last child that was born the year of the plague, Kellen, lived. And Kellen married Ida, who is alive in our game right now. And Kellen and Ida had 5 children, 3 of whom are alive. Sebastian and Rose and Kellen are alive right now in our house. And Sebastian and Alice are the next heir, and they are creating the next generation. So Sebastian's family tree, he has had 1 baby who did not live, and that's it. Alice is pregnant right now with the next one, and so this family tree has everybody on it that has lived in our family, married into our family, everything. So if you want to check it out, there is always a link to it in the description box of all of the videos. And if you ever notice that there's anything wrong with it, Lindsay has been very gracious to do this for us, and she also is open. She said let her know if anybody ever finds anything that's wrong with the tree. The problem is I cannot zoom out and show you everybody. Like if we go all the way back to Edmund and I try to zoom out, it's only showing us 2 generations because this is the free version of the software. You have to pay if you want to see more things. So anyway, this is what our current family tree looks like. I really like it, and I am happy that Lindsay has chosen to take her time to create this for us. So I'm going to send you over to something that we've never done during one of these, but we're going to do it now. So I mentioned a few episodes ago that I would like to have a cemetery in France, and one of our wonderful viewers has created for us a French cemetery. We talked about where to put it and decided that right here would be a great place for it to go. So we're going to go do a tour. It looks like it needs a trash can, an easel, if it is a museum, but it is not a museum. It is not a community space. It's a what? Generic. There we go. So there is a bathroom right here, which is nice, but she did ask about bathrooms. Okay, I'm going to make this, let's see, morning. Let's make it afternoon. Okay, it looks fantastic right now. I love it. Okay, so she went ahead and made little sections like this where I can put our people in here. These are just debug ones, but I love these little walls and the separations of them. Oh, that's going to look really cool. She asked me about families. I told her right now, everybody is just from the one family. Like we only have Frey Clark's family, but I mean, there are a lot of branches from Frey already here in France. Oh, I see. So we did get a toilet that works off the grid. It is using the generic one right now that's not part of the thing. So we can go in and trade that. But I love this. Like we can even put the graves like maybe this way too, and you can walk up the middle and have all of the graves around the outside for each family. I'm kind of wishing I had done my original one like this, the one that I created in our quote unquote England area. I love this. And I did go get some crosses that she said she had used, but I think maybe I didn't put them in the right spot or something, because I don't see them out here. But I love this little I just grabbed a whole wall. I love this little building. I just really like the layout of it. I think it looks really good. So what we'll do is I will go get the graves, and I think I'll just have to place the graves here as one of the characters, and then I can come back into this building mode where I am now and actually go in and build the stuff. But I think this is fantastic. I love this layout. It's awesome. Oh gosh, I just accidentally grabbed that whole thing. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to pass you over to doing our house and expanding on our house and what that looks like. Okay, so I know it's nighttime and you're not going to be able to see the outside very well, but we're just going to do a quick tour. First of all, I think I did okay matching the roofs. I guess we'll figure it out once the snow has all melted and see what I need to do. Speaking of roofs, I see right here that I forgot to extend this one out, so I'll do that. I feel like it would have just been easy for Sebastian to add this section on, because that's all I did was add 4 little squares and put the toilet and the sink in there so that it's like an actual outhouse instead of just a toilet sitting somewhere. So they have this one here and this one, so that's 2, and then they have 3. They have 1 more in here, which is 4, and they have 1 for emergencies upstairs, which is 5, and then they do just have this random one out here, which is 6. So that is plenty of toilets, I feel like, although one time we did have someone who still peed themselves, and I got some kind of notification that I had managed to have somebody pee themselves on a lot that had 6 bathrooms. Anyway, that does not matter. I wanted to create a little space that went out from the main house and into a bathroom without having to be uncovered. So this area is still under the roof, but it's technically outside. So I also thought that I would put the toddler thing out here. We don't have a toddler right now, so they're not trying to play on it in the winter. And I'm thinking that maybe spring will be here by the time we do have a toddler that can play on this, and they'll want to come out here. And I wanted a little bench that was also covered up in case anybody wanted to come sit outside. So we did that. I will probably add some plants to that at a later date, but I was just trying to work with what I had at the moment. So I enclosed this little area of a bathroom, and then let me go top down and kind of show you what I did on the inside here. So I just closed off, left this area like it was actually, but I put a toddler bed and the changing table. I moved it from out here to in there. I left our toddler. I need to actually figure out what to do with this. I don't know where to put this toddler toy. Maybe over here. Anyway, this is going to be a walkway that gets us outside, but also at the same time like a toddler station. So the toddler's got the potty in here and this little toy, and I think I'll put maybe a dollhouse in here, but I moved our ladder. Access to upstairs used to be right here in the main room, and I didn't like it, but I didn't really know what to do with it. So I put it all the way back here at the very back, which it comes up right here in this corner, and this space up here is going to belong to Ida. So she's got a bed and her laundry basket, and then she's got a bathtub. I thought this was really funny. I put a window right here, and yes, I know technically this window is open, but we're going to pretend like it's not always open, and she can close it if she wants, but she can also open it and dump her water out from the bath. Same thing with her toilet that's up here. She can dump it out. So I'm just saying, maybe don't be standing right there. Maybe I should put something down there on the ground that makes it look like things have piled up. There we go. Anyway, that's going to melt, but I just think it's funny. So this is Ida's space, or whoever is not the heir, but like the grandparent. This is where they're going to stay while they're alive. Okay, then downstairs in this main room, like I said, I just left this an open space. And then you've got the infant room right here, and the baby room is exactly the same. I did change the cradles, and that was it. I just gave them a new cradle. This we planted in here. What is this? An orchid. Okay, we planted it in here because it was too cold to plant outside, but I'm going to move it out. Maybe we'll put it over here. That'll be cute. Okay, let me scoot the bench down, and we'll put the orchid here. That's nice. So it's still covered, but it is not inside the house. Okay, so anyway, this room. This, you can see Rose is sleeping here. That, by the way, is what Rose looks like as a teenager. I know we haven't gotten there yet, but that's Rose. And then I went ahead and tested this to make sure this would work, but I got this rustic bunk bed, and I love it so much. Like, oh my gosh. Like, look at it. It definitely looks like it was carved. I mean, I don't know. I just love it. And I feel like maybe Sebastian hired somebody in the city to like make it for them, or one of their neighbors. So anyway, it's got a regular bed up top and a toddler bed in the bottom. And so that's where our toddlers will sleep when we have one. And then this bed over here is just extra. Rose is actually getting married as soon as we start playing again, so she's going to be leaving. But for now, this is going to be where the kids sleep. And I like that it gives them access directly to this bathroom. Other people can still, of course, use this bathroom, but it gives easiest access to the kids, which I like. Okay. Everything else stayed the same. I didn't touch any of the kitchen area or anything like that. I feel like on the 5 years, like we just finished with 1385. And so I think in 1395, we will do this again, where we will go through more of the house and decide what we want to change and what we want to leave the same and all of that stuff. So we can do that again in 1395. But I can also make little tweaks and add things as we go along. So if anybody has any suggestions or anything that you guys would think I missed or would like to see or whatever, definitely let me know, and I will see about getting those added in. Oh, I put the tree house in the backyard. So they just have to actually build it. But it's back here. And I think that's it. I like the way our little farm is looking right now. I do want to build more on this side next time. We have it was very long and narrow, and now I've added a little bit out the front right here, and next time I think I want to add a little bit more out the back. So again, I'm open to any suggestions that you guys have, and I think that it looks good. I'm really excited about moving forward for the next 10 years, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.